Hey everybody, this is the Facebook Ads with a Twang podcast. My name is Ben Blackman and this is episode number 2. Facebook Ads with a Twang is dedicated to taking the often overcomplicated process of creating simple, successful Facebook ads, breaking them down step by step in less than 10 minutes at a time. Let's get started. Well, now this should be an interesting podcast because we're actually going to talk about how to track your results. And you know what's funny is a lot of people don't really track their results, at least not in a way that makes sense in Facebook. And so I'm going to kind of give you the bird's eye view of how to track your results and what tool you need to use to be tracking your results. So we're not actually going to talk about like the metrics of it and the reporting, but more about how to use the Facebook pixel to track it. And so maybe you've heard about the Facebook pixel, right? Maybe you've seen it, or you've installed it, or you know about it, or whatever it is, but you haven't considered what it's actually doing for you. So the Facebook pixel, what it is it's a way for Facebook to track visitors to your website that come from Facebook. And so that's a very powerful thing, because now once you understand who's visiting your website, you can take that information and use it to actually market to those people again, right? So if somebody visited your website and you want to send them a specific ad, you can, because you're using the Facebook pixel, because Facebook tracked them. Now it's not perfect, okay? So only about 70% of the people who visit can actually be tracked back, and you actually retarget them or send them another ad. But the important thing is that you can retarget most of them, and you must have the Facebook pixel installed to do that. And retargeting will become a hugely important thing for your business in Facebook, because the people who actually make money running Facebook ads are retargeting. If you're just trying to do shotgun approach and just do one and done ads, that's going to be a very tough thing. And if you're not tracking what's going on, that can be very tough. It's okay when the ads are doing great, right? When you're getting sales, when you're getting the actions taken that you wanted. But when they're not, you got to figure out where the breakdown in the process is, and that's what the Facebook pixel will help you do. So I hope that made sense a little bit. But the first thing that you're going to have to do is install the Facebook pixel if you haven't already. So if that sounds really techy or just overwhelming, or makes your heart just start beating real fast, just take a deep breath, because you don't have to understand what the Facebook pixel actually is, like the code. Don't need to know about any of that. And there's all kinds of tools out there and simple videos to install it. So the first thing that you should know is that the Facebook pixel nowadays can be installed on almost any platform. So whether you're using Wix or Squarespace or whatever it is, or WordPress, of course, you can have the Facebook pixel installed. And once the Facebook pixel is installed, it'll track every page on your site. If you're using a landing page service like ClickFunnels, which is what I use, you have to install it there as well if you want to track those pages. But it's very simple. ClickFunnels knows that. They have a specific place for that and an easy way to install it. There are videos available for each of these platforms, and I can tell you on WordPress there are some plugins like Pixel Your Site. That's S-I-T-E, in case you can't understand my accent. But it's called Pixel Your Site. Or there's another one called Headers and Footers. That's another plugin you can use for WordPress. So get that installed now, as soon as possible, so that it can go ahead and start tracking that information, even if you're not running ads yet. But the challenge with the Facebook pixel right there is that that's only going to get you so far. And what I mean by that is that it only going to track part of the equation, or part of the action that people are taking. So let's just say, for example, you're running a webinar and you want to track people who are registering. Now remember, you could track people who are adding things to your shopping cart or buying or whatever, but we're just going to talk about one thing for right now, and that's registering for people for a webinar. So they go to a specific page, we'll call that a landing page, and then the Facebook pixel picks up on that. They know that they came to the landing page, and then once they actually enter in their information and go to the thank you page, Facebook can say, oh, okay, now they went to the thank you page. We'll call that a conversion. All right, and so we just need to tell Facebook what the conversion is, meaning them going to the thank you page, that means a conversion. Please track that, Facebook. And so there's two ways to do that. One is with the use of what we call a standard event code. And a standard event code is an extra snippet of code that goes on the thank you page in addition to the main Facebook pixel. All right, does that make sense? So you have the main Facebook pixel on that page, but then you have a little bit of snippet of code that's added right after it as well. So the plus side of doing it that way is that the metrics are tracked more accurately because it has to follow a system. It has to follow a process from the ad click to the landing page or the page that they're going to register to the thank you page. It has to follow that process in order for it to trigger and count as a conversion. Now, the other way you can count it, do this essentially the same thing as using a custom conversion. It is a little bit easier insofar as you don't have to add the extra little bit of code, but what you do have to do is you have to go into the ads manager and click on the menu and go to custom conversions. In the custom conversion, you'll actually enter in the URL of the thank you page, and when you enter in the URL of the thank you page, as long as the main pixel is on that thank you page as well, then Facebook can track anytime somebody goes to that page. Now, the upside is it's a little easier to implement. The downside is let's just say somebody goes to that page and they hit refresh 3 times. Well, that might count as 3 conversions. Now, obviously that may not happen every time, but it can, and so sometimes it can miscount conversions and so forth. Now, with your Facebook ads, you're not getting charged per conversion anyway, so even if somebody went there and they clicked on it 100 times, you're not getting charged for 100 conversions. It doesn't work that way. Facebook just breaks the conversion down into how much it cost you to get it. All right, so you were paying for it either by click. So how many clicks from your ad to the website, you're either paying by click or you're paying by impressions. And so impressions means the number of times the ad has been shown. So usually it's impressions in this particular case. So I hope that makes sense to you, because that's probably the most complicated part. But what I want to encourage you to do is study what this stuff does. In other words, you want to make sure that you understand what the pixel is doing for you and how tracking it is important for your business, because I mean, this is a crucial thing. If you're going to hire somebody else to run your ads, or if you're to install the pixels, that's all fine, and you should. I mean, really, do you really want to be running Facebook ads? Is that the best use of your time for your business? I don't know. I guess it depends on what business you're in, right? For me, it is, because that's what I do. But for you, I don't know. Maybe you're creating a course on how to help kids with autism or something like that. So is it the best use of your time to run Facebook ads? Probably not. But you do need to kind of understand what's transpiring, because the person who's going to be relaying the information to you, whoever you hire, may say, well, all the conversions weren't tracked, and you might be thinking, well, if you don't study it, you might be thinking, well, what the heck's a conversion, or what is a pixel, or what is a standard event code? And they're talking all this techno speak that you don't understand. So having a working knowledge of it's essential. All right, that's all I got for you today. I hope that made sense. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can email me, superman@onefocusmarketing.com. That's ONE, not the number 1, onefocusmarketing.com. So superman@onefocusmarketing.com, and I'll be glad to answer it. I answer all those emails myself, and so I'm glad to do it. Please reach out to me, and I look forward to hearing you real soon. We'll see you on the flip side. Thanks.